Scene 1 of this new film introduces viewers to Honey, a talented young boxer, and her cheerleader girlfriend, Chloe, as they navigate the complexities of identity, love, and societal expectations. The scene opens with a heated confrontation where Chloe pleads with Honey to allow her to explain herself, emphasizing that her intentions were not to hurt but to protect and support. The tension arises immediately because Honey feels betrayed. Chloe has outed her to their entire cheer squad without her consent, igniting a conflict that speaks to larger issues of privacy, autonomy, and the timing of disclosure in LGBTQ relationships. From the start, the dialogue establishes Honey's fear and vulnerability, revealing how personal identity can be weaponized or misinterpreted by those close to us, even with good intentions. Lesbian viewers will likely resonate deeply with Honey's predicament, as many LGBTQ individuals have experienced the delicate balance between wanting to live openly and fearing negative repercussions from peers, family, or institutional structures. Honey's profession as a boxer adds another layer. She is already contending with a societal stereotype that boxing is a man's sport, a perspective her father explicitly articulates. This tension between her athletic identity and sexual orientation amplifies the stakes, illustrating how intersecting social roles, being a woman, an athlete, and a lesbian, can compound pressure and vulnerability. Women, regardless of sexual orientation, can relate to Honey's predicament, particularly the challenge of reconciling personal ambitions with societal expectations. Many women have had to navigate environments where they must prove themselves repeatedly, while also contending with family or cultural biases that may not align with their chosen paths. In Honey's case, the added complication is that Chloe's well-meaning intervention inadvertently threatens her opportunity to secure a boxing scholarship to Michigan, demonstrating how acts of care in intimate relationships can clash with individual agency. The scene's dialogue emphasizes these dynamics through raw, authentic exchanges. Honey's insistence that Chloe's actions were selfish, and Chloe's acknowledgement of her mistake, illustrate the tension between love and respect for boundaries. In LGBTQ culture, this scenario is profoundly relatable because it highlights a common dilemma, deciding when and to whom to disclose one's sexual identity. Outing someone without consent is not just a breach of trust, but also a potential source of real harm, whether social, professional, or familial. Honey's anxiety about her parents' reaction exemplifies this risk. Her father's traditionalist views and the assumption that boxing is a male-dominated pursuit combine with homophobia to create an environment where disclosure carries tangible consequences. Chloe's insistence that they shouldn't be ashamed underscores a central tenet of LGBTQ advocacy and self-acceptance, the importance of affirming one's identity, even in the face of potential rejection. Yet Honey's measured response, pointing out that the decision to disclose belongs to her, illustrates a critical aspect of personal autonomy, reminding viewers that love must coexist with respect for boundaries. For lesbian viewers, the emotional resonance is profound. The scene captures the delicate interplay of desire, protection, and inadvertent harm that can occur within same-sex relationships, particularly in contexts where societal norms render lesbian identity contentious or misunderstood. The pressure to be visible and authentic collides with legitimate fears of institutional and familial repercussions, highlighting a universal tension within the LGBTQ community. Additionally, Chloe's role as a cheerleader reinforces the societal expectation that women are often tasked with being caretakers, emotionally expressive, and mediators in conflict situations, sometimes to the detriment of recognizing the autonomy of others. This dynamic is highly relatable to women who navigate similar expectations in various spheres, from personal relationships to professional environments. Women are frequently socialized to prioritize others' comfort or emotional security, and Chloe's actions, while well-intentioned, epitomize the pitfalls of this societal scripting. The dialogue's progression also models the negotiation of accountability and empathy. Chloe apologizes repeatedly, acknowledging that her desire to affirm Honey's identity conflicted with Honey's right to control the narrative of her own life. Honey's recognition of Chloe's lack of malice, coupled with her insistence on self-determination, exemplifies how trust and communication operate in healthy LGBTQ relationships. The scene also highlights the communal aspect of support. Chloe reminds Honey that she is not alone, emphasizing that there's a whole bunch of us that'll always have your back, which aligns with LGBTQ cultural values of solidarity, chosen family, and collective resilience. Lesbian viewers, and women in general, can identify with the dual challenge of maintaining individual agency while negotiating closeness, intimacy, and emotional transparency in relationships that carry both love and potential risk. Furthermore, society's resistance to seeing two girls in love is implicit in the narrative stakes. Honey's fear of parental disapproval and jeopardized athletic opportunities reflects structural and cultural biases that render female same-sex love threatening to normative frameworks. There is a pervasive societal discomfort with women claiming autonomy over their bodies and desires in ways that disrupt traditional heteronormative scripts. and this is vividly portrayed in Honey's interactions with Chloe. By centering the story on a lesbian relationship within a high-pressure environment, the scene underscores how societal expectations, gender norms, and institutional biases intersect to create real-life barriers for women pursuing authenticity in love, career, and identity. The boxing element is particularly significant. Honey's ambition as a female athlete in a male-dominated sport mirrors broader struggles for recognition, legitimacy, and fairness that women and LGBTQ individuals face across domains, reinforcing the theme that intersectional pressures intensify the challenges of self-expression. The rawness of the dialogue, with moments of anger, fear, and tenderness, captures the complexity of these experiences. Honey expresses vulnerability, Chloe expresses care, and both navigate the emotional fallout of public exposure versus personal consent. For lesbians, this scene is affirming in its honesty, showing that love, conflict, and fear are intertwined in ways that are both specific to queer experience and universally relatable in terms of human relational dynamics. Women who are not lesbian can also relate to the stakes of familial approval, societal expectations, and balancing personal ambition with relationship dynamics, highlighting a shared experience of navigating pressure, expectation, and personal authenticity. The scene underscores that the societal discomfort with female same-sex love is not based on any intrinsic problem with the relationship, but rather with a deeply entrenched bias against women claiming desire and intimacy on their own terms. Chloe and Honey's negotiation exemplifies the ways women can support one another while respecting boundaries, a model for queer relational health that emphasizes consent, communication, and empathy. By focusing on the fear, love, and negotiation inherent in this scene, the narrative situates LGBTQ experiences within broader social structures, allowing audiences to understand how women's experiences of ambition, care, and identity intersect with queer love. In conclusion, this opening scene establishes Honey and Chloe's relationship as a lens through which viewers can explore the pressures faced by lesbian women in society, the interplay of personal ambition, societal expectation, parental control, and intimate partnership. Lesbian viewers will see themselves in Honey's fear and Chloe's good intentions, while all women can recognize the universality of navigating trust, autonomy, and interpersonal care. The scene thoughtfully critiques societal discomfort with female same-sex love, emphasizing the importance of consent, communication, and solidarity, while celebrating the courage required to pursue authenticity in the face of structural and cultural pressures. The tension between public disclosure and private identity, professional opportunity, and personal desire illustrates the multi-layered challenges women face when living authentically. By modeling both conflict and resolution, the scene provides a rich, nuanced depiction of queer relational dynamics, emotional accountability, and the courage to affirm oneself amidst social adversity. Honey's journey, guided by Chloe's advocacy and tempered by her own careful consideration, resonates as both a personal and cultural exploration of lesbian identity, women's autonomy, and the transformative power of love and support within a community that both nurtures and challenges its members.